So with this Bible verse, it's really just talking about, you know, when you search for God, when you really truly living for God, right? You are living with this joy. Psalms 119:2. Joyful are those who obey his laws and search for him with all their hearts. Joyful are those who obey his laws and search for him with all their hearts. You're living with this, you're searching for this peace, for this love that God provides for you, right? So when he says that, of course, your soul, your spirit, everything about you gonna be filled with joy. See, that's the truth in it all, right? That's the truth in it all. And I know sometimes we gonna be like, man, is it always joyous? Is it always amazing? There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be struggles. Just like life is going to give you struggles, and it's going to give you ups, and it's going to give you downs. Just because you have this newfound faith, right? That you think everything's just going to be like perfect. It's going to be sweet harmony. That's not necessarily true, right? Just because we say that, just because we do that, just because this, because of that, that doesn't necessarily say that everything's going to be perfect. It doesn't necessarily say that. What it is saying, though, is, think about it, right? Everything that you do, everything that you see, everything that you search for with God, it's going to give you this sense of joy, this sense of peace, a sense of love that you cannot physically find in the world, but it's a spiritual joy. It's a spiritual love. It's a spiritual comfort. That's why I'm saying, man, when you go over here and you search for it, when you are striving for it, when you are living for God, when you are living for Jesus, when you are living for your faith, this joy that you get, it's crazy. You don't expect it, right? You don't really think oh man, everything good now. Look at this joy that's coming in. No, you don't. But that's why it says when you go and you find the faith, when you go and find God, when you search, this peace, this joy will come upon you. You will feel it, and you will be grateful. I promise you, you will be grateful. Believe me when I say that. So with this one, I think what it's really saying is losing motivates you, right? It's saying, man, when I lose. Serena Williams, if anything I think losing makes me even more motivated. If anything I think losing makes me even more motivated. When I lose, that's when I'm truly motivated. Why? Because now you've tasted defeat. Now there's opposition. Now there's obstacles. Now there's struggle. Now there's something that I got to do to overcome. Now there's something I got to do to be able to jump over that obstacle now, right? Because now I face failure. Now I have faced defeat. Now I've lost. So that's a motivator now, right? Now I'm motivated to be able to overcome what I failed at. Now I'm motivated to be able to do what I thought I probably would never be able to do. See, how many of us are able to do that? How many of us are able to be like, you know what? I'm going to do it. You know what? I may have failed. Now I got to figure out the recipe, the design to be able to overcome and do what I need to do and be able to get that victory. To be able to get that victory. Come on, y'all. See, a lot of people, they're going to look at us. A lot of people are going to look at you. And when you are defeated, when you finally take that L, right? When you take that L, what are you going to do now? Right? Because they're going to look at you. This is going to be the deal breaker. You're just going to let the L define your life, or you're going to let the L shape you, mold you into what you're going to do next, how you're going to overcome, and let that define your life. Being able to overcome and being able to achieve something, accomplish something. That comeback story. You're going to let that owl shape you, mold you into who you gonna be, into the champion that you are, into the leader that you are, or you gonna just let it defeat you and you're just gonna be like every other person out here. See, a lot of us, we have choices. We have that choice. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna let that shape you? What are you gonna do next? Because me, I'm gonna let it motivate me. Me, I'm going to be able to do what I gotta do. Yeah. The meaning of life is to find your gift. But the purpose of life is to give it away. See, now this is a powerful one, right? Why is it so powerful? Think about it. Right? A lot of Anonymous. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Us, we're living this life, right? We're living our day-to-day life and we're thinking, okay, what's the meaning of it, right? What's the meaning? What's the purpose, right? And I love this description. I love what this says. The meaning of life is to find your gift. See, a lot of us, we're searching to find our gifts, right? See, I believe that God gave me a gift to be able to speak. God gave me a gift to be able to be inspirational, to be motivational to people, those around me, right? So with that being said, of course, I'm going to use my gift. Of course, I am going to try to do what I can with this found gift that God has blessed me with, that God has given me with, right? But see, then what's the purpose of life? Purpose of life, that's when you go and you have to now give that gift away. You got to use that gift. You got to utilize that gift. You got to use it in a way to glorify God, in a way to reach people, in a way to impact people's lives. That's what it's saying. Right? That is what it's saying. And see, that's what I'm doing here. That is what I'm doing here. See, I found my gift. I'm doing what I need to do. And then I truly do what God needs me to do, right? Of course, I do what God needs me to do. See, God has given me a platform. I'm going to try to grow it, Lord willing, right? It's all according to what He wants, according to what God wants, according to what He has now ordained and put out into existence, right? It's all according to what He has planned. See, what is your gift, right? Have you found your gift, or are you still searching for the meaning of life? Are you still searching for the gift, right? For your gift. And if you have found it, have you now found your purpose to be able to utilize that gift, to be able to do something more than you thought you would ever be able to do? See, now that's the other part. That's the other part that's so powerful. Right? So powerful. And I hope that you have now found or are searching for the meaning of life, and then you finally search for the purpose. To learn to succeed, you must learn to fail, right? I talk about this all the time. Just imagine, right? Never had no life lessons, you never failed, you never taken an L, right? You've never done any of that. Michael Jordan. To learn to succeed, you must first learn to fail. To learn to succeed, you must first learn to fail. And you continue to go on, you continue to move on, you continue to live on, right? And then when you face circumstances, when you face oppositions, when you face obstacles, when you finally face failure, you're not going to be able to handle it right? Because you are not built for the success life. You are not built for success. You are now just kind of living in a facade. You're living in this fake life that success is just super easy. There's no opposition. There's no struggle. And you don't know how to handle that. See, that's why you got to be able to prepare yourself. Be prepared for when you do face these failures, when you do face these opposition, these situations where you do fail, you allow that to shape you and mold you. We talk about that all the time. See, a lot of us, we ain't ready for that. We ain't ready for the for those situations. We ain't ready for it. So we continue to think that we don't need to fail. We continue to succeed and think that, man, it's just going to be like this forever. I'm not saying you got to go fail on purpose, but I'm saying like you need life lessons to be able to prepare you for the future. See, if you don't know how to handle defeat and failure now, when you're super successful, when you are successful and you face some type of defeat, little, big, you're going to fold. You're going to crumble under the pressure, right? And you're not going to be able to move on. You're not going to be able to do what you thought you were able to do and be able to do the big things. So I'm just trying to say it's good to be able to face failure and learn from it. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Right? See, it's a thought process, right? It's all, the power all comes from the thought. It comes from your mind. So, Henry Ford, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. If you are out here doing your thing, right? And you continue to do these things, and you have this thought process of, I can do that, I can't do that. It's make or break. See, the mind is very powerful. See, if you put it out into existence that I can't do this, you're not going to be able to do that because you've already put it into existence. But if you put it out there like, well, I could do this, I could accomplish it. I know it's going to be hard, but I know I could do it. Outcome's going to be different every single time. See, our mind is very powerful. Our mind is going to dictate whether we do or don't do things. That's why I said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. Because that is what your body and your whole essence is going to feed off of. If you don't believe in yourself, you ain't ever going to get nowhere. But if you do believe in yourself, you're going to go somewhere. See, a lot of us, we ain't built to believe in ourselves. We need validation from others. But see, that validation is only going to go so far, because you still need that validation from yourself, from within. That's the only way that you are going to get to the next level. See, if you don't get to the next level, if you don't believe in yourself, then where do you go now? See, people ain't going to believe in you unless you believe in yourself. They ain't going to believe in your dream unless you believe in your dream. Right? See, if you sound false hope, it ain't going to get you nowhere. See, if you were acting like, I know we hear the term fake it till you make it. That applies in some cases. But when it comes to actually believe in your dreams, you got to believe in it. You can't fake your dreams. You can't fake that mentality. You really, truly got to believe, because then when push comes to shove, that's when you're going to take on that necessary steps and be able to make it happen. Enjoy when you can. Endure when you must. Enjoy when you can, but endure when you must. See, this is what I'm saying. See, Joanne Wolfgang. Enjoy when you can and endure when you must. Enjoy when you can and endure when you must. See, you're going to be going through seasons where it's going to be joyous, it's going to be fun, it's going to be like celebration, celebratory, right? But then there's going to be times where you're going to have to endure, when you're going to have to fight, your back's going to be against the wall, you're going to have to fight, you're going to have to fight to survive, right? That's going to be with whether you have a business, it's going to be whether it's just going to be things in life, whatever it is. There's going to be times to celebrate. There's going to be times to just enjoy life. But then there's going to be times, there's going to be moments, situations, storms that you're just literally going to have to survive. And I know it's scary. Believe me, it's scary. I know it is. I've been there. And I'll still go through there. It's inevitable. It will happen multiple times throughout our life. But what I'm saying is, you got to know when to celebrate, when to be like, okay, cool, but be prepared as well. And when you need to survive, when you need to endure. everything's not going to be easy. Like I said, it's better that you go through these ups and downs. You go through the endurance. You go through the celebrations, right? And know that it's always going to come and go up and down, right? Instead of always thinking this fantasy thing of everything's going to be perfect. I'm always going to be in celebratory stages, right? I'm always going to be celebrating. I'm always going to be good. I'm going to be Gucci. Nothing going to be over here making me feel bad. Nothing's going to put me against the wall. You're going to have a hard reality check. That's what I'm saying is, look, we're all in this together, right? And this is not no High School Musical pun. But what I am saying is, know that there's going to be a time to endure and there's going to be a time to celebrate. So don't take your eyes off the prize.